So today we're going to read chapters 3 and chapters 4. Listen closely because I am going to question you at the end to see if you are paying attention. I will call on anyone. You do not have to have your hand raised. When I call on you, and if you get it correct, you can earn a point towards your 10 points to getting a prize, okay? So, chapter 3 is Brrr in the book number 7, Sunset of the Sabertooth. Annie? Whispered Jack again. No answer. He put his book quietly into his backpack. He stepped deeper into the cave. Annie, he said a little louder. Jack stepped on the bones. The wet dog smell grew stronger. Oh, what did he step on? Ugh. He kept going deeper into the smelly blackness as he stepped on bone after bone after bone. He ran into something. He gasped. Jack, said Annie. Is that you? Didn't you hear me calling? Jack said. We have to get out of here. Wait, she said. Someone's sleeping back there. Do you hear him snoring? Shh. Shh. Jack heard a low, deep moaning and snore. Shh. It was loud and soft. Loud and soft. That's not a person, he said. It's a great cave bear. A booming snore shattered the air. Yikes, said Annie. Go, go, said Jack. He and Annie ran through the cave, over the bones, and out into the falling snow. They got out of the cave, and snow was falling on their heads. They kept on going. They ran between fallen rocks and under jagged cliffs. Finally, they stopped and turned around. All they could see was snow and rocks and their own footprints. Remember, those are called track marks. No bear. Whew, said Annie. That was lucky. Yeah, said Jack. He probably never even woke up. We just got in a panic. Annie huddled close to Jack. Brr, I'm freezing, she said. Me too, he said. He took off his glasses to wipe off the snow. The cold wind blew against his bare legs. Wow, Annie said. Look. She pointed to something behind Jack. Remember, they have bare legs because they're in their bathing suits from their swim class. What? Jack put his glasses back on and turned around. Under a cliff was a wide ledge. Under the ledge was another cave. Only this cave seemed to have a golden glow. This one looked cozy and safe and warm. You see how Jack and Annie have their towels over their head? Now we're going to read chapter 4, and it's called Cave Kids. Jack and Annie crept to the cave and peeked inside. A small flame danced from a bed of glowing coals. Near the fire were knives, axes, and hollowed out stones. So there were knives and axes inside of the cave. Animal skins were neatly stacked against the wall. People must live here, said Annie. Maybe it's the home of the Cro-Magnons. Those are the people who live. Remember? They saw them. They saw 4 of them. 2 big ones and then 2 more little ones. So 4 total. And they were holding spears. Let's go inside and get warm, said Annie. Jack and Annie moved quickly to the fire and warmed their hands. Their shadows danced on the stone walls. Jack pulled out his Ice Age book. He found a picture of a cave. He read, Cro-Magnons made many things from animals, plants, and stones. They made flute-like musical instruments from mammoth bones. They made ropes by braiding their plant fibers. They made axes and knives from stones. Jack pulled out his notebook and pencil. He started a list. Cro-Magnons made bone flutes, that's a musical instrument, plant ropes, so they use plants to make the ropes, and stone axes and knives using stones. Ta-da! Said Annie. Jack looked up. Annie was wearing a coat. It had a hood and long sleeves. It went all the way down to her sneakers. Where did you get that? Said Jack. From that pile of furry skins, said Annie, pointing. These must be their clothes. Maybe they're being mended. She picked up another coat and handed it to Jack. Try one. It's really warm, she said. Jack put his backpack and towel down on the hard dirt floor. He slipped on the coat. So that is where they got those coats from. Nobody gave them to them. They found them in one of the caves that the Cro-Magnons live in. Remember, we made a prediction of how did they have those coats? And that we just found out that they found them in the cave. It did feel very warm and soft. We look like cave kids, said Annie. Squeak! Peanut peeked out of Jack's backpack, lying on the floor. You stay in there, said Annie. There's no teeny coat for you. Peanut vanished back into the backpack. I wonder how they made these coats, said Jack. Remember, Jack always loved to learn. He turned the pages to the book until he found a picture of Cro-Magnon women sewing. He read, Cro-Magnon scraped reindeer skins with flint rocks to make them soft. They used bone needles to sew the skins together for clothing. So they used the skin of the reindeer to make a coat. Jack added to his list, reindeer skin clothes. I hope the cave people won't mind if we borrow their coats, said Jack. Maybe we should give them our towels, said Annie, to thank them. Good idea. And my goggles, too, said Annie. Remember, she had goggles from when she was swimming? They left their gifts on top of the rest of the animal skins. Let's explore the cave before they come home, said Jack. It's too dark in the back, said Annie. We won't be able to see anything. I'll find out how Cro-Magnon saw in the dark, said Jack. He opened the Ice Age book. He found a picture of cave people holding odd-looking lamps. He read aloud to Annie. Cro-Magnons made stone lamps. So they made lamps out of stones also. They used stones for many things. They hollowed out a rock, carved in a rock to make it hollow inside, filled it with animal fat, then burned a wick made from moss. There, said Annie. She pointed to two stones near the fire. In the hollow of each was gooey white stuff and a pile of moss. The gooey white stuff was the animal fat. We have to be careful, said Jack. He picked up one stone. It was smaller than a soup bowl, but much heavier. Jack held a stone close to the fire and lit the piece of moss. He lit another lamp and gave it to Annie. Carry it with 2 hands, he said. I know, she said. Jack turned the book under his arm. Tucked the book, and Annie carried their stone lamps to the back of the cave. Hey, I wonder where this goes, said Annie. She held her lamp up to an opening in the wall. I'll check in the book, said Jack. He put down his lamp and flipped through the Ice Age book. I think it's a tunnel, she said. Be right back. Wait a second, said Jack. But, like usual, too late. Annie went in. She had squeezed into the opening and she was gone. "Oh, brother!" said Jack, sighing. He closed his book and peeked into the opening. "Come back here!" he said. "No, you come here!" said Annie. Her voice sounded far away. Wouldn't believe this. Jack picked up his lamp and book. He ducked into a small tunnel. "Wow!" came Annie's voice. Jack could see her lamp flickering at the other end. Crouching down, he hurried toward her. At the end of the tunnel was a huge cavern with a high ceiling. Annie held her lamp close to the wall. "Look," she said. Her voice echoed. Echoed means that it went. She said, "Look," then went, "Look, look, look, look." And she only said it once, but it echoed. Animals were painted on the wall in strokes of red and black and yellow. There were cave bears and lions, elk and reindeer, bison and woolly rhinos, and mammoths. They were all painted on the wall, pictures of animals. In the flickering light, the prehistoric beast looked alive. They painted it so perfectly that they looked alive. How cool is that? So, today, what we are going to make is going to be a coat, the coats that they find, and we are also going to make a lantern. I couldn't find any crafts to make a lantern with a rock, so we're going to make an actual lantern. We are also going to do our writing piece. You are going to make a prediction about Jack and Annie and the coats. Do you think that the people, when they go back to the cave, do you think they are going to be mad that their coats are missing? So, will the people be mad that their coats are missing? Not Jack and Annie, but the people who live in the cave. I think that people will be mad when they realize their coats are missing. So that's my prediction. I think the people will be mad. Period. That's just a capital I. Think. Think is a hard one. TH is always the sound. I'm going to write TH. Think. The. We should know the. It's one of our words. THE. I think the people, people, people. P says P. People will, will. W will be, b, b, b. The B, B. I wonder if it's just the letter B, B, E. I think it's the letter E also, B, E, B. I think the people will be mad. Mad. What letter says M? Says Then make sure you also draw your picture of the people being mad. You could draw them wearing coats. You could draw them in the cave. You could draw them looking at their other clothes and seeing that two of their coats are missing, or that they notice that there's the towels and the goggles. And that made them realize that people were in their cave. But they don't know what a towel is, and they don't know what goggles are because they weren't created yet in the Ice Age. I wonder how they are going to feel. You might think that they're mad. You might think that they're happy. You might think that they're sad that someone took their stuff. Confused. kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, right? Someone was in their cave. How are they going to feel? That is what you are going to write about.